Hello, our beloved audience. Welcome to our Growth Journey podcast brought to you by Waggin'Greens. What we are trying to build at Waggin'Greens is an online marketplace to connect people who are dog lovers together to facilitate the sales of sustainable products, to elevate the dog's well-being as well as their owner. And our slogan is Happy Dogs, Happy Earth. What we are trying to do in our series podcast is to bring in the guests who have very much important role in growing Waggin'Greens through our ups and downs journey together. And I'm so excited, I can't wait to introduce you, Amy and Petters. Good job! Yes, so Amy and Petters, could you shortly introduce yourself? Who are you and why you are here today?
Yeah, sure.
My name is Amy. I'm a computer science student at NTU. I'm here today because I am the technical co-founder of Waggin'Greens, and I'm also the JTO Junior Tech Officer of Stampy.
Yeah, thank you for having me. My name is Festus. I'm the CEO of Stampy. I am a graduate of NTU and I am a global talent visa holder. At Stampy, we're a marketplace for currency exchange. We allow individuals to exchange currency at their desired rate. At the moment, our product is almost at launch and our website will be live soon. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So everybody, I missed something very much important that needs to introduce myself. I'm Sharon, by the way. I'm the CEO, founder of Waggin'Greens, and welcome you on board and on our journey. Yeah. First of all, let's come to our very first questions, that how we get to know each other. So, and our impressions about each other at the beginning. Because I met Fetus first, so let's go with him first.
Yeah, I think the first time I met Sharon was during student ambassador program, and we were to work in the same area. Although she was given a different role, and she was just curious about what others would feel about the role. She was like, she didn't prepare. She was given this, and I was like, this shouldn't be a hard thing. Like, why should you be worried about it? I was trying to just give her confidence that the role is not going to be a hard thing. She was just concerned, anxious about what others would feel, and all of that. I think so. That was how I took note of her. I think the next time I met her was on LinkedIn when she shared a video. So she shared a video. She talked about, I can't remember. I saw the video where she just did the video. I was like, oh great. So I think I would love to have a video with her. So that was how I entered that DM and we started talking.
Is that the same time? That same thing you did to Emily?
Fortunately that was not so I did. So I saw a video of her. I was like, oh, interesting. So I entered a DM to her. I said, oh. And when I entered a DM, I really did not know the kind of role I would offer her at Stampy. I was like, okay, let me see what we can do. I just know that she would be useful in our organization. So I met my co-founder. I was like, oh, I met this person. I would want us to bring her in, and she was like, okay, fine. So we looked at the best role. She is in computer science. Okay, let's give her the role of a junior tech officer. So that was how my conversation with Emmy started. It has been a lovely ride.
I see. So guys, audience, if you want to bring people into your team, just scout on LinkedIn and recommend be more active in commenting, okay? Right, that's a big tip. Actually, I just realized it recently when I joined the workshop shop as well, and they said that the way that you post and you get impressions from your post, it just as smaller compared to the way that you comment on other posts. So a good way to get like more out there on LinkedIn is that be more active in commenting. Right, that's good tip. You did well. You did well, bro.
Thank you.
Right, that's it. And for me, I met Petrus, as you can hear. Oh, but the first impression is totally different. You were kind of invisible to me at the very beginning. You were invisible to me at the beginning. I didn't really remember that you were the one to calm me down at the event. No, I didn't really remember until that you made comment on the LinkedIn cap video that I did. Wow, that you see, it brings to my mind. But then for the first time, sorry, it's kind of invisible. But then later on, he has been very much a really good and talented friend of mine that I'm very proud to have him in my network, because as you know, he's a UK Global Talent Visa, and I myself want to get that visa as well. And he's been, despite his busy schedule, he spent time to instruct me on that, and despite his distance and everything. He's always be there when I need something. I ping him and he just replied in an instant that made me really appreciate it. And because he's the one he's very much inspired me a lot of things. What about you?
Hi, good evening, everyone. So, as Vesta said, I was doing a video because I work part-time as an administrative assistant for a road safety company. So they just wanted me to do a video to help them promote their road safety products.
Right.
So it was my first time working with cameras. I thought I didn't do very well, but Vesta said I did a good job. So, yeah, he messaged me, said it was a good video, and from there we were just talking a little bit. He asked me what I did in uni and whatnot, and then he asked me if I was interested in joining StonePay. It's been very great so far. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a whole lot from working in StonePay. And then Festus, actually, I believe Festus, you told Sharon about me. I'm not sure how that conversation went.
But tell me, Amy, why did you agree to work with Festus? Because usually bring you in.
I think just firstly because it's a startup company and it's different to just working with a normal company. So it's good to get experience working with a startup. But also I was just looking for any tech experience that I could get as a student, so I could just be involved in as much tech-related things as possible. So it just seemed like a really great opportunity to me. So
you're really
at the perfect time as well. Yeah,
self-motivated person, individual.
I try to be.
Because actually you have a lot of work to do, right? You work for the company, you study at the same time, and you still manage to work for StonePay at that time. That's really rough. Wow. Well, experience to me, I can never imagine myself at your age to do that much.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really talented. So that's basically what I feel about Amy too. When Fetus told me about you, then yes, I kind of believe in what and in his judgment valuation. So I but did not have much impression because I literally haven't met you yet. But until that, I worked with you on the very first interview with the candidate. I was so impressed. I was so impressed, to be honest.
Good job.
Sorry, this is not a section that we try to make compliment each other, but this is what I truly feel about you, because the way she asks questions just so professionally, and it gives the candidates scary face. Scary face, literally, because for me, it's always that the friendly nature, that I've always been approachable, friendly, smiley to everybody. So people just feel quite comfortable with me. But sometimes, that is what I learned from you too, Amy. We need to be to create such a professionalism and professional image. Yeah, we started now, and I started with every with really very random structure. It goes everywhere, but it's fun, right? And that's what I like about doing podcasts in a very natural way, because we don't do any preparation, to be honest. We respect our audience, but we think we are connected with our audience in more authentic way, rather than just doing some scripting or anything like that. So that's a good way.
I was super nervous meeting you actually from the first meeting.
Really?
Yeah, mostly because I didn't really know how I could help as much. I didn't have much experience with recruitment or things like that. The only experience I had was from StonePay, but I'm glad to have it.
Oh really? Are you joking?
No, I've never done it before.
Oh my god!
The thing was that you work with
Agatha.
Yes, she worked with Aisha.
With who? Your HR, right?
Yeah, so I think you learned something.
A lot,
God.
actually. I feel like Waggin'Greens got a bit of a better version of me because I was just starting off with StonePay, but now I feel like I know what I'm doing when it comes to interview.
Amy is native for sure. Her English is very much strong, but also the way that she put her professionalism in everything that she does. For example, she prepared the sheet of the candidates, filling out information when she shared the information. Just small things like that just give me really strong impression about her professionalism. And also that's what I learned from her as well, because I've always it being my style, but sometimes I think we need to fit in the professional environment, just to keep people that kind of image, curiosity, and also that trust in you, right?
Yeah.
You've been
Yes.
I always do things in my own way, the dressing thing. I would never want to dress like in suit and things. I think it's so boring. It makes me look old. But I like it, being fashionable, like look nice and in my own way. But then I think I need to adjust a little bit and make it more professionally and nice. Very nicely as well. So that's it. Well, one thing that I learned from Amy. What about you, Fetches?
I think what I would say I learned from her is how fast she works. When she wants to, when you give her a task, you want her to do something. If it's not convenient for her at that moment, she will tell you, Festus, just give me a little bit of time, something like this before next time, and she would do it before that. So she has been very up to date in terms of performing her tasks, which is what I really admire a lot. Being able to say something, stay to your word, and stay to your commitments, and also despite our busy schedule, she's still able to also create time for us and the interviews, and also with our tech team too. It's really inspiring. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
It's interesting how you guys can learn from me. You can learn anything from me.
We do, Amy.
I feel like in terms of getting tasks to you guys on time, I feel kind of a sense of like I have to, because I have a bit of an investment in you guys' company. So I feel that duty to get it done.
Great. There was a time I think I chatted. I was like, how were you able to match things together? You were doing a part-time job and also working with us, like, what time do you have to rest?
Yeah,
It was
my
just
God,
one
that's
minute.
really crazy.
How about your social life? I was like, what time do you have for all these things? Yeah. She was like, no, like she has, I can't remember how she put the response. She was like, probably since she had a timetable, like she has a calendar she works with, which is really impressive. Yeah, yeah. I think I do that too. Yeah, help us manage our time and be efficient with what we do. Yeah, that's really impressive. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah. So, what about us up to Fetus? Yes.
One thing I've learned from Festus, professionalism, I feel like. And also the need to, because I see you everywhere on LinkedIn, you're always connecting with people outside, networking, so I don't know, I feel like I've learned from that a little bit and I've tried to network with people more as well. Because,
Thank you.
yeah, it gets you in places and whatnot. Yeah, and also running a business, actually. Because there's a lot that goes into running a business that I didn't know, that I'd ask you, oh, what does this policy mean, or what does this mean? And I've learned a lot in terms of running a business, because maybe I'd like to start my own when I get a bit older, so I have like a solid foundation now.
Do not click Waggin'Greens, okay? You're the co-founder now.
But in terms of what I've learned from you, Sharon, how friendly you are with people, because she's so nice, and I feel like you find it so easy to speak to people as well.
Oh, that's
so friendly.
Thank you.
Yeah, especially in the interviews and stuff, I feel like we're playing good cop, bad cop sometimes. I feel like I'm usually quite a nice person, but compared to Sharon is so friendly that I feel like I'm the one that's digging out at people sometimes. But you have such a friendly nature. It's really lovely.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you, Emmy. Emmy has a really nice way to put things. So precisely what it is, right? It makes us laugh so much, right? And so in terms of Fetus, what I learned from Fetus is really a lot. So, I'm very lucky to have a lot of mentors, talented, kind-hearted mentors that spend a lot of time for myself and to mentoring me whenever I have any questions and things like that. It's really inspiring. But then I always think that I would do it like pay it forward when I'm a bit like old like that. Sorry, mentor. I don't mean that you're old, but like older than me. So old like a little bit like get to their age. I would do the paid forward duty mission. But for now, I focus on myself. So I'm a little bit like focus on myself, not to think much about doing for communities, bringing values to the community. Not really, because there's a lot of things for now to grow myself. But then I realized the importance of giving the values to the community. That's so much what Fetus did. He built the community, trying to help people with his kind heart. Yeah, and he's really always want to help people from his heart, and that's the way that bring people in. I think so. He created the community, and the people follow him, and the people willing to contribute and to follow and to work for him, things like that. Yeah, so it's really impressive. So that's what I learned from Fetus, and that's why I bring you guys today. And I'm so passionate to create this podcast and make it running, because I also want to contribute to the community. Maybe things right now that I learned is just like something very much personal, but it's just some like personal experience for myself. I can learn something. I achieve certain achievements as myself, Sharon. So I think it's something I can share to the community as well.
Awesome.
And especially I have really like a quality network around me that so I can share with you as well. So that's why I conducted this podcast. Second thing I learned from Fetus is that Fetus always prioritize the growth of people. And for example, Emmy, I really like Emmy when working with Emmy, and not because of her professionalism, her talent, but she appears to be a really self-motivated individual, which is very much like the values that we all try to be to work on it every day. So I want to bring Emmy in. So Emmy now be with me on the journey to build Waggin'Greens, and it's so much meaningful because it's how challenging it is without technical background. I'm trying to build out some technical thing. So Fetus, I'm a little bit concerned at the beginning because Emmy works for Fetus. Emmy just support me, but Fetus say no. As long as Emmy is happy, then he's happy to let Emmy be in my team. That's so kind. And also Fetus just realized something like really cool, like happiness is the core of motivation. If you are not happy, then it's lack of motivation to go in the long term, things like that. So really great. And the third thing is that ready to do things just when you're willing, you're strong enough with your will, then you can find a way. So in Vietnam, in my network, I've been with really great talented people, but we always follow the line, something like follow the path. We study hard, graduated from top business school in our country, maybe go to study abroad or something, and then we work for organization, get enough skills, knowledge to do before we do something like starting up. But when I'm here, I connected with Fetus, I know that everything can just happen. If you make a goal, you do it, and then you can create things, building your own, and make your own signature, building your own things. Not because you need to work for this company, organization, or whatever. So now recently I just write a post on LinkedIn saying that I used to try to compare to see where am I in the world map, but then I don't think I need that to do that anymore, because I'm a unique version of myself, doing my own things and make my own mark on this planet. So this is what pretty much I'm doing it. And the next question, as also the final questions, is what lessons you have learned yourself throughout the last year, 2023, and you would like to take them forward to 2024 to grow and achieve new goals?
I think I have two. I say just set yourself like a clear, realistic target and just do everything you can to work towards it. Because even though you might not know what you want in long term, for example, I don't know exactly what job I want, I know the path that I should be going to find out what job I would like or to see which industry suits me the best. So I just try and put myself in spaces and opportunities which I think will get me there quickly. And also be more adventurous and put yourself in more positions that you wouldn't usually put yourself in, to find opportunities that wouldn't usually come to you. So I'm here today on a podcast, which I probably wouldn't have done last year because I'm usually quite introverted, but it's best to just push yourself to do things you wouldn't normally do, because otherwise I'd never have met Festa, so I would never have met you if I didn't push myself to do something that I wouldn't have normally done. So
right, that's really lovely to hear. And I never know that you are introvert.
I used to be.
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
Yes, because I thought that you were extrovert. Actually, the communication when you work with people.
Thank you.
Right, I see. But then, introvert or extrovert, they all have really unique strengths of each version. So. Right. What about you, Fetus?
Mine also is just like what she said. So I would say what I learned was we need to just take the step. even if it might look difficult. Of course, the first step might be the most difficult step. That is what people say, and I think it's true. But once you start taking those baby steps, then you wouldn't know achieve it. So I had a lot of deliberations before starting STEM Day. I thought about it for a week. Like, was this solution worth it? Why are people not doing it? Isn't the problems obvious? So I did a lot of mathematics. I did a lot of calculations on how profitable it could be, and yeah, I thought about it. Like, is this the step I want to take? What if it's unsuccessful and all of that? But I decided to just take the leap, take the step. I saw these challenges, although some were not clear in the beginning. Some of the challenges were not obvious in the beginning. But I'm happy they weren't, because maybe I wouldn't have. Those challenges would have scared me. But I took the step, and each time we were faced with a challenge, because of the will to continue, somehow we always find solution, which has been an amazing lesson for me so far. With that, I'm confident that whatever the challenge would be this year, then since I could win over those ones, then I am confident that I'll be successful. And so take the step. Just take the step. Be fearless about it. And go for it. Anything you believe in, just go for it. Start it. Start it. Don't wait until you become ready. Because you may not
never be ready.
You will not
never be ready.
Yeah. So I think that is the key thing.
For me, I learned a mix of both, I think. But the very unique lessons for me is I learned the energy is very much important. Energy, positive energy, is the core to connect people together. Sometimes in life it's hard for you to keep that positive energy all the time, but then you need to take a step back and look deep inside you to know what is going on, why you're not feeling positive, and you talk to yourself, be yourself best friend, just to find the root cause, embrace it a bit, give it some rest, and back on track. Because everything you do in this life, you really need that kind of unique self to bring people together. For example, when you be on stage, you do a presentation. I myself, I think I'm a good presenter, but sometimes I experience like up and down. And I think that, is that because I'm not good presenting enough, that I need to take a course on public speaking speech? But then I think it's the root cause is the energy, because I really need to tell myself to keep it stable all the time to make it good. And also recently I attended a workshop full of the local people, businesswomen, businessmen. I think it's the unique positive energy that make people so impressed about me, myself, because I'm just raised really simple questions, being happy with my question, and people just really impressed about that, and they just say hi to me and compliment me on the question. So I think that positive energy is really key. Right, and the second thing that I learned is to, on this journey of building Waggin'Greens, is to embrace the uncertainty, because life is full of uncertainties,
Sure.
Especially when we're on this risky journey, risky path full of risks that we can't see where we're going, we can't see where we're getting, whether we be a unicorn or whether we be a heptacorn or a decacorn, whatever. But we have a big dream that we dare to do things and just keep doing it. And I believe that there's always magic along the way, with uncertainties, maybe things not going on like what we expected on our way, but then it's also a lesson or something that a chance for us to brush up on ourselves and be improved and develop even more, and then get to the magical things later on.
Awesome, yeah.
So it's that it, and the final lessons that I learned is that tolerance is also very much important. Although yes, network, I'm always very proud of my network right now that I'm having for myself. I'm so lucky to meet the like-minded people like Amy, Peters, my mentors, my professors, my friends so far. But then there's a lot of people out there with imperfections, with different values against you, and the things is if you continue to trust them and to trust them against your perfect you think that you're perfect, you trust them against you, and then you try to find the faults in them, and it's just really hard to embrace and tolerate everybody and to bring people all together. So that's the key thing that I learned for myself this year. I'm trying to brush on them every single day. It's a long journey. It's not like realize the lessons and done, but then you need to work on it every single day.
Sure.
Right. So that's it for today's podcast. All right. We did it, guys. And we hope to see you in the next podcast of Waggin'Greens, bring to you by Waggin'Greens. And I'm going to invite new faces to you. And let's say thank you. Big thanks to Amy and Peters. Wow.
Big thanks to Sharon too.
Oh, thank you.